Hey folks, I'm Terry. Friends call me TerBear. I moved into this trailer in 2023. I've been traveling the country with this crazy dog here. Take pictures of wildlife. A couple examples here. We've been traveling the country looking for dispersed camping, and on this trip we are at Palo Duro Canyon, which is in Texas. We battled Mother Nature. I'll tell you, Mother Nature did win, but we did enjoy a beautiful hike, spent a little time on some trails and overlooks, and I thought I'd share that with you here today. Well, hey there folks. I'd say I'm pretty sad here. My plans completely failed. I was down in central Texas here, and I really wanted to get up to this location, Palo Duro Canyon Park. Palo Duro is the second largest canyon behind the Grand Canyon in North America, so it's quite a unique place. The campgrounds are incredibly busy here. So last week I checked, and I was able to get up here for Sunday and Monday night. Was only 2 consecutive nights they had available. This time of year is super busy. End of March. There's just a ton of hiking and mountain biking trails in this area, and the campgrounds fill up pretty dang quick. So I jumped on this, checked the weather. It looked like it was supposed to be in the 70s and really nice before it gets too hot in the canyon here. Again, the end of March in the Panhandle, so the northern part of Texas. But had some weather move in unexpectedly. The drive here was pretty rough. We had some wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour, and when you're towing a trailer, you know wind gusts are the worst. So all that wind is tough to sleep in the trailer, and it was blowing all night, just shaking the trailer ridiculous. Just been rough, and woke up this morning, and we are now kind of out driving and scouting some hiking trails, because I'm going to hike at some point today or tomorrow, but right now it's pretty much snow flurries, and looks like it's about 36 degrees out, so the wind is still pretty rough. It's just not the best weather, but it could be worse. I'm coming up on the tent camping here, and there's a bunch of people out tent camping, so that looks worse. Much worse. But I'll give you a little view of what's happening here. We're just driving up to the next lookabout. I like to get up high and see what the canyon looks like with this snowstorm. So that is the plan and what we're up to now. Alright, so I'm sure it's still going to be too windy to get any good audio here, but this is our overlook of the canyons here. Yesterday I couldn't even see the far side of the canyon because the wind was so bad, and the debris, dust, everything that was being kicked up, you just couldn't even see the far side of the canyon. But it's calmed down briefly here, but it's supposed to be gusty all afternoon, so not too sure if we're gonna do any of the hikes that'll take me up on the edges, but I think we can get a couple hikes along the canyon bottom here that feel a little safer. I did track a couple of the trailheads, and there are people out hiking, so but they're not nearly as busy as they were yesterday, which yesterday being Sunday, a lot of people were out doing that weekend thing. So we're gonna give it a shot. We're gonna go back and get a little better geared up, get some water, and then we'll get a hike up running. Hopefully our wind will stay somewhat calm, but I'm not super hopeful. At least the snow has died down. It was just flurries and blowing around, so I don't think it's supposed to be too bad today. I don't mind hiking in the cold, but man, I hate hiking in the wind. Ugh, miserable. Alright. Oh, here comes that wind. Alright. So, never to get a hike in yesterday. The snow and the wind never really let up, mostly the wind. But pretty nice morning this morning. We're currently trying to get a hike up to the ridge. Don't know how far we'll get, as my checkout time is noon. By the time the wind died this morning, we only got maybe an hour and a half of hiking. So we're gonna see how far we get. But they've got an extensive set of trails here. I can definitely see why the mountain bikers love it. But we'll see if we can make the rim here and see what there is to see. This place had an amazing amount of trails, and they were all really well marked and groomed. Just a fantastic place to hike or bike. I did see a ton of mountain bikers in this area on Sunday as the weekend was wrapping down. And it totally reminded me of when I first moved to Colorado, when I was tooling around in a $500 car with a $3,000 bike on the back of it. Just priorities were a little different back in the day. So the colors and the rock formations here were really interesting. Just had no idea that something like this was in Texas. So I really enjoyed it. I'm going to give you a quick brief intermission here and take you back to our campsite, where I did get a couple of photos of some of the local birds here. I did have a couple of cardinals visit me. I put out a little bit of food for them because it was snowing. And then I also did see a crazy little roadrunner go flying by. So it was really a unique perspective to see how the rock formations and even the color of the sand / dirt here changed colors as we moved up the side of this canyon wall. It was like we're moving through time here. Just really intriguing. We saw a lot of really interesting bushes and small trees here as well. I just can't wait to get back and really explore this area when the weather's much better, and hopefully I have a little more time. As usual, my lack of planning came back and bit me in the butt, but it is a really unique place that I can't recommend enough. As you can tell, Miss Maggie definitely loves her hiking. She really enjoyed this trail as well. It was a shame we didn't get more time on it. Real nice overlook here. That's where we're parked, right over there. You see the trail meandering through the hills here. Just some great colors. on the canyon walls. Too bad the sun's not out, but still a very picturesque hike. And we gotta get moving. All right, made it about 1.5 miles in. We're about 2/3 of the way up the canyon wall here. Unfortunately, I've just run out of time. We need to get back, get the trailer packed up, and be out of here by noon. So we're gonna turn it around, head back and do that. I definitely want to put this on my list to revisit, hopefully with much better weather. The trails are really well maintained and nicely marked, and the views are pretty spectacular for Texas. So it's definitely on my list to return to. And now we got to haul butt back to the trailer. Hey folks, thanks very much for watching. Next week we'll be at Lake Brantley outside of Carlsbad, New Mexico. And we'll go up to Sitting Bull Falls, which is one of the coolest places I've been in New Mexico. And we'll see a whole bunch of wildflowers as well. So hopefully you'll join me for that as well. Thanks for watching.